Hey everyone, it's Megan. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a different sort of video for you. So, beginning in November, I think it was November 12th, I decided to do a little experiment with a hair infusion that I created. So, mixing the herbal infusion with a little bit of magic. Before we get into the video, make sure that you're subscribed and you click the little bell so you can be notified of when I post a new video. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up because it really does help me out. Okay, so back in November, I got a haircut that I was not happy with. And I got it cut for a couple of reasons. I guess the main reason that I got my haircut was to see if it would help with some of the static issue that I was having, and it just didn't feel very healthy. So I got a haircut, and I did not like it at all. So um, instead of just, like wallowing in self pity, I decided to do a little experiment. I created an herbal infusion out of rosemary, lavender essential oil, and olive oil, and I mixed it with a little bit of magic. So I guess this is the culmination of that. Um, and I did it all because I wanted my hair to grow back and I didn't like my haircut. So in this video, I am going to go through the whole process of how I made the oil infusion, how I used it, and also measurements. I did this for 4 weeks. I took a video for 4 weeks and I measured my hair every week. And this is just sort of the behind the scenes of the experiment, if you will. So I will put timestamps down below in the description if you want to skip through a bunch of the stuff. And let's hop into how I made the oil. So I have here the infusion that I was making. This is the olive oil, the rosemary, and the lavender essential oil. I've been giving it a couple of shakes every day, really holding it and saying my affirmations over it for what it is that I want this particular infusion to do. In this case, it is to help my hair grow and to grow back healthy, strong, and thick. I really wanted to grow longer because of the haircut that I got that I didn't like. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to get this out of here and into this little bottle that I have here. It's just a dropper bottle, and it's actually one that it had beard oil in it, but that is gone now, so I've cleaned it out. I've taken the label off, and I'm going to reuse it. And then I've never done anything like this before, so I actually don't have like a cheesecloth or the thing that you strain oil through. So I picked up this tea strainer at my local store. And I am going to try to use this to strain the oil and get the rosemary out because I don't want there to be loose rosemary in my oil getting in my hair. So going to take that off. I have a funnel here that I'll have to hold, unfortunately. So let's see how this is going to work. So I broke my tea strainer. I took this piece off. And I'm going to do it like this and just set it inside there and see what happens. I don't drink tea, so I'm not that worried about it. And if I ever have to do anything like this again, this will work perfect. So you can see it just sits in there like that. And I will open this up, give it another shake. Open this up. I've got the towels here because, you know, it's oil. It's probably going to be really messy. Open them there. And I guess let's figure out how to do this without making a humongous mess. This is going to take forever, I can already tell. Do I already have enough to fill the jar? Oh, I do. Oh no. Okay, so see, I am making a mess. So I'm going to quickly pull that over here so the rest of it can drain back into there. And I'm going to clean up my mess. Then we're going to come back and I will show you how I'm going to use it. And we're also going to start off with a first measurement of my hair because this is going to be like a little experiment. So let's do that. Welcome to my bathroom. So we are going to get a starting point right now for how long my hair is. So I have my boar bristle brush here and I'm just going to part my hair as best I can down the middle. I gotta cowlick here, so it likes to go that way. So while I'm doing this, the reason I am experimenting, I guess you could say, with this hair infusion is because I got a haircut that I really don't like. And I figured, you know, let's look at the positive of it and try a little experiment with a hair infusion oil and some magic. So that is why I'm doing this. Yeah, because I hate my haircut. I should have never got it cut in the first place. And I know we always have that guilt about like, oh my God, I cut my hair. But yeah, so that's that. I hate the way she cut it. I hate my bangs. I hate the layers. She just sort of like picked it up and just cut just like that without even feathering it and using the razor or whatever, however you're supposed to do it. She did it a way that I am not familiar with, and it turned out to look really boxy in the back of my hair. Or at least, I don't know. I don't like it. That's the point. So I'm gonna be trying this herbal hair infusion, and I'm gonna bring you guys along with me on the experience. So this is day 1. I haven't put anything in my hair. I freshly washed it last night. The only thing that I'm changing about my hair care routine is the addition of this herbal infusion. I'm not changing shampoos, conditioners. I'm not changing my routine. I wash my hair every other day. It does have a tendency to get extra super oily, plus I work out 3 times a week. So it does need to be washed then. But yeah, so I got my measuring tape here. Let's figure out how long my hair is. I figure I'll just go from, like, I don't know, this piece. I don't know how to measure hair. How do you measure hair? I do my bangs. So we'll see how long those are. They're not wet, they're dry. So just for photographic evidence, I suppose. They touch like the top of my glasses. I don't know, can you guys see that well? They touch like that. So I guess I'll measure that from the crown of my head there. And I want to make sure that it's straight. This is harder than it looks, guys. So there. Hold that there. Pull my hair straight. So it's about 5 inches from there. So my bangs are about 5 inches long. And then I'm going to grab a little section here. Or, you know, that's not going to be easy to replicate. So let's put this here, sideways, and pull it down. So it's what, 13 inches? 12? We'll go with about, we'll round it and say it's about 12 inches. So that's the starting point for the length of my hair. 5 inches on my bangs, about 12 inches here. And then I am going to drop everything, apparently. Take my little clippy. Section my hair just like that. It's really hot in my bathroom. Brush it out. And I have a really big problem with static. That's why I got this boar bristle brush, because doing my research and whatnot, I read that it's better to use a boar bristle brush so that it moves all the oils from your scalp down to the ends of your hair. One of the main reasons I got my hair cut was because I was hoping cutting some of it off would help alleviate the static problem that I have, but it didn't. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my oil, give it a shake, I'm going to hold it, put all my hopes and dreams and wishes for what I want into it, and then I will go from there. So I'm going to open it up, and probably going to make a really big mess, but it's cool. I'm going to start here in my scalp, just like that. And I'm only going to be using this maybe twice a week. We'll see how it affects my scalp. So I'll put it there, and I'm going to do this for each section. I'm just going to take it and put it along the scalp. And I'm going to kind of just massage it in there. We don't want to go like this because it's not good for your hair. I'm going to go in, massage it through like this. So the massage is also good for blood flow to your scalp, and I do this in the shower too. But go in just like that. Give it a massage. Remember why it is that I'm doing this, and really concentrate and focus on what it is that I want and the purpose of this oil. Go in like that. Okay. And I'm going to take my boy bristle brush, and I am going to brush out that section. And you can see like there's static in my hair. My hair is clean, and even when my hair is dirty, there is static. And I don't blow dry my hair. My hair dries naturally. I let it air dry. I don't use a lot of heat on my hair. I think I straighten it maybe like once a week, if that. But I'm just going to go through, do it like this, brush it out, sing a little song. No, I'm not going to sing. Just go through and make sure that it gets all in there, nice and oily, nice and infused into my scalp. So yeah, that is that section. And then I'm going to go through and do more sections and go from there. So you guys can watch me if you want. Okay, so that is that. I've got it all worked in my hair. I'll leave it on maybe a couple of hours. Well, I need to be consistent. Okay, so let's see. Today is November 12th. It is currently 10 a.m. I will wash it out at 1 p.m. So I'll leave it in for 3 hours. Now, I might only do this once a week. I don't know. I think I'm just going to do it once a week because of the amount of sweat. I don't want to overwash my hair. So I'll just do it once a week. I will do it every Tuesday. I will leave it in for 3 hours. Yeah. I'll catch you back here next week for a 1-week update. Today is November 12th. I don't know. I'll see you back here a week from today. Bye! Welcome back to my bathroom. Today is Tuesday, November 19th. It's about 10:15 a.m. and it is the end of week 1 of my little experiment. So I figured we should start off with another measurement. Again, clean hair. Let me brush it because I did that earlier, but might as well do it again. Brush it and see I'm still having a static problem. I'm trying some other things to help with that though. The main thing that I'm doing to help with the static is not putting my clothes in the dryer, because apparently that causes static in your clothes, or static in your hair if it transfers from your clothes, even if you use a fabric softener or something like that. Anyways, so just like last week, I'm going to start with my bangs. Make sure. Now, I know it's not going to be like 100% accurate. There is a margin of error because I'm measuring hair. But try to go to the same place where it was before. Straighten it out. And see if there's any difference here. See if there's a better way to do this. I have no idea. But yeah, so about there. And then I feel like an idiot. There, and I'd say it's still about the same for my bangs. And it is just the end of week 1. It covers about the same area on my glasses. Maybe it's a little longer. I don't know. Is that just wishful thinking? It's possible that's just wishful thinking. I guess maybe what I could try to do is take another measurement when my hair is wet and do it that way. But I wanted to get the dry measurement first, since that's what I did last week. So, and then obviously my hair is sticking to my face. So let me see. I don't think that's quite parted in the middle. Okay. So take that again and go to the top of my head, down the side, and we'll see where we are. So it looks like it might be a little longer than it was last week. That counts, right? So I'm going to get this wet a little bit and do a wet measurement. I think that might be easier. Go my ear up. I'm not good at this hair thing, guys. That works. know. How do you measure hair? How do you even do that? Maybe I should just put it in a ponytail and measure it that way. I don't know. I'm just screwing around right now. So, from the top of my head, right there, over my ear, down, like that. So wet, it looks like it is, oops. Wet, it looks like it is a little more than 13 inches, maybe 13 and a quarter. Can you see that really well? See, 13 and a quarter-ish wet. So I have to do it wet again next week. Let's take it like this. Oh, it's stuck to my forehead. So we'll do it there. Yeah, it's just about 5 inches at the bangs still, or wet, whatever you want to say. Yeah, so that is that compared to last week. Again, that's just a week's difference, and I did decide to do it twice a week instead of once a week. So I did it Tuesday and Thursday instead of just Tuesday. It just worked out better for me. So I am going to go ahead and do the same thing. And I will see you guys back here next week. So these are the measurements for the end of week 2. I didn't get a video here because it was Thanksgiving week and people were home and I was just generally busy. So for the end of week 2, my measurements here are about the same as last week, about 5 inches on my bangs and 13-ish inches on the side. Hey everyone, it is the end of week 3. I think it's week 3, I don't know, for my hair infusion stuff. It is December 3rd. Yeah, 9:50 a.m. December 3rd. And we are going to brush this and measure this and see what happens. I haven't brushed it today. I went somewhere earlier and I just put a hat on, a beanie. So while I'm brushing it, last week I didn't take any videos because it was Thanksgiving week and everybody was home. Yeah, everybody was home, so I just took pictures and I actually skipped a day because I normally did it like on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but instead, since Thursday was Thanksgiving and I had a bunch of stuff that I was doing, why does it keep doing that? It keeps telling me that something is happening with my webcam, but it's recording, so that's all that matters. But yeah, Thanksgiving, there was a bunch of stuff going on, so I actually didn't put the oil in my hair. So week 3, I only did it the one day on Tuesday. Obviously I'm still having a static issue, even though I changed up how I did my laundry. I'm not drying my clothes anymore. But, you know, it is winter in Central Oregon and the air is really dry. So that doesn't surprise me, I guess. So now I am going to do like I've been doing and get it wet so that I can accurately measure. I hope you guys are enjoying this video thing. We'll see next week what the result was. And yeah, also going to be including a picture of my hair from like July of 2018 and October of 2018 so we can see like what my normal growth rate is, because my hair grows really slow. Really slow. And even when I was pregnant with my daughter, it stopped growing. My hair stopped growing when I was pregnant. So yeah, let's see. Maybe that'll fix the problem. No, still says. Oh well. I guess we'll see what it looks like when I'm editing. Yeah. So, I mean, just by looking at myself in the mirror and basing it off of where my hair is falling on my glasses, it looks a little longer in my bangs. But let's see what the measuring tape says here. So measuring tape says something. Oh, measuring tape says there, yep, a little more than 5 inches for my bangs. Now, don't forget, I am human. There is a margin of error. That's part of the reason why I'm like recording this and measuring it in front of a camera, so that I can see what it says on the camera and there's no like denying it. You know, there's no like bias in saying, oh yeah, like I totally measured it. Now my hair grew 5 inches in 4 weeks. Yeah, right. So, gotta keep it scientific. So, let's get that. I don't know how well you guys can see. This is like the hardest part though, is the measuring. Without stretching it. It's a little longer than 13 inches. I can't accurately measure, you know, to the fraction of an inch or whatever. But it's a little longer. Let me see if I can get how close I can get. So there's that. That is the end of week 3. And I will see you guys back here next week for the end of week 4, and we can compare the beginning measurements versus next week's measurements. And then I might actually keep doing this for like 6 months maybe. We'll see. I need to make more of the infusion, but that is the end of week 3. See you next week. Okay, everyone, welcome back, I guess. I don't know. This is the end of week 4 for my little hair infusion experiment. Today is December 10th. Normally I do these videos at like 10 o'clock in the morning, but today I was volunteering in my daughter's 1st grade classroom, so I'm a little late, but that's okay. So the point of this part of the video is just to get my sort of last measurements, and then I will come back at you with a conclusion, how I felt with like the oil itself. Do I think it worked? Did it work based on the beginning measurements and the measurements I'm about to take? And I haven't decided if I'm going to continue using it once a week, just maybe for the next 6 months to see what happens. But yeah, so let's get my final measurements. My hair is dry. So I know the very first one that I did, I took a dry measurement first. Is that the middle? I think that's the middle. So let's take a dry measurement too, just for giggles. So, something like here and here. So I don't know if you can see the length, but we will compare it in the conclusion to my original starting measurements. So then we can do my bangs too. Not those. Do my bangs. And we'll get a measurement for that as well. Just dry to sort of see what it is and what it was at the beginning when it was dry. And then we'll do a wet measurement because that's an easier, it's easier. So let me take those off for a second. It didn't want to work. The only problem with doing this without my glasses on is that I can't see. So make sure it's not stuck to my nose. And there's some long pieces in there that I can feel. We will get a wet measurement. So I think I've got hair there. Again, you know, without my glasses, it's a little hard for me to see, but we will call that good with my wet measurement for my bangs. Then we will do this part here. A little wetter. I missed. All right, so let's get a final wet measurement here. And we will call that my final measurement. Now I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see what it is, but I will put it in the video here somewhere, or if you can see it, that's great. But yeah, coming up will be the conclusion. Better. Coming up, I will do the conclusion about, you know, all of the things that I talked about before, and we will compare my beginning measurements to the measurements I just took. So overall, I saw about 1/2 inch of growth in 4 weeks. And now I'm going to put some pictures up on the screen from last year. I think they're from July and October of 2018, just to show you a rate of how fast my hair grows, because it doesn't grow very fast. Just for comparison's sake, I guess. And if you'll notice in the last video I took, the final measurements video, the measurements on the screen for the side measurement of my hair, I put it as inconclusive because as I was going back through and editing the videos, I noticed that my hair wasn't parted in the middle for that video, and I was not holding the measuring tape in the same location as I was previously. So I count it as inconclusive because it's not the same, and I can't count it as the same. So the pros of this experiment, using the oil, it smells good. I like the way the rosemary in the oil smelled mixed with the lavender essential oil. Um, but I mean, obviously, one of the biggest pros is it worked. It worked for me. My hair normally grows really slow, so half an inch in 4 weeks is insane for me. And I'll leave a link in the description below too. I looked up the average rate of hair growth, um, and I found that there was a study done, I think back in 2005, that went over the average growth rates for different ethnicities of hair. And so I'll leave that in the description. I think for a Caucasian woman, it was between 4 or 5 inches a year, I believe. Um, Again, like I said, I'll leave that link in the description below. Another pro is my hair is definitely softer. I'm having less tangles and it just feels better overall. And my scalp is also less irritated. Here in Central Oregon, with the dry winters, the dry air, my skin has a tendency to get very, very dry, very irritated. I do have eczema, so it's pretty typical for me. But with the addition of the oil that I was using twice a week, I have noticed that my scalp is less irritated than it usually is. And that could be because of the infusion, or it could just be because of the added oils to my scalp. Now, the cons of this experiment is I did leave it on for 3 hours every time I used it, so it was time intensive. In those 3 hours, I couldn't record videos. I didn't want to go anywhere because my hair was just an oily mess. It turned out to be a little bit of an issue, so going forward, if I do continue it, I won't use it for 3 hours at a time. Another con is I still have the static issue with my hair. That could just be because of the weather, because there's such a lack of moisture in the air here where I am. I'm not sure. But I was really hoping that the infusion would help with the static. But going into it, that wasn't my intention for the infusion at all. So I get what I get, I guess. So overall, I'm happy with this little experiment. I'm going to continue it for probably 5 more months and I'll do another check-in. So that will be a total of 6 months using the infusion. I'll probably have to make some more, but I will go through the same process. The only thing that I'm going to change is I will only do it once a week and I will not leave it on for 3 hours because that just is way too long. So let me know in the comments below if you're going to try out this infusion. I got all of the ingredients and everything from a local store here in my area. And if you have any questions about how to make the infusion, I will gladly help you out. Also, leave a comment below if you want to see more videos like this, if you want me to do any more sort of magical experiments, and what your ideas for those might be. It just might be my next episode. So I will catch you guys later. Bye!